everything. Just, I mean, look, it's probably just the virtue that I've been looking at this too long, and everything disgusts me. But I've liked the people who are just like so reactive to anything that like they see Occupy Democrats or anyone like making fun of this video and are like just instantly like pretty much sight unseen are like, there's nothing funny about Madison Cawthorn raping his cousin in the hotel room. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Or saying
hilarious.
Or saying it's like, a lot of liberals are really showing their homophobia to call this gay. And it's
that is not like, no, gay guys had sex like that, there would be like a 20% mortality rate. It shows, if anything, it shows why straight guys can't have gay sex. They're terrible at it. They'll poke an eye out doing it like that. That's probably how he really like is in the wheelchair. Is trying to do that, and they invented the story about drunk driving.
But in the video itself, it's like, okay, he's sort of like chanting and sort of hooting like an ape while he face fucks his cousin while he's completely nude, his wheelchair in the foreground, and then at one point in the video you can hear his cousin go, "Your dick and ass is in my face, haha!"
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Your dick is in his face. Your ass is on my face. Oh my
god. Okay, but like, let me give you like, okay, you could say, okay, like so one might be inclined to look at this and go, this is homosocial bonding among alpha males. Like, any guy who's ever been in a locker room has, face fucked their friend.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, look, I mean, even if no actual oral penetration occurs, it's just sometimes you got to rub your cock and asshole in the face of your cousin. But I would just like to give a little bit of background on Madison Cawthorn's cousin, who also works for him. I'm just going to read here from Newsweek, and this was referring to the video showing him being groped or having his cousin grab his dick. It says here. The brief cell phone video records Cawthorn saying, "I feel the passion and desire and would like to see a naked body beneath my hands." The man filming the video, believed to be Cawthorn's schedule, Stephen Smith, responds, "Me too," before reaching over and rubbing his hand on Cawthorn's crotch. Smith is also said to have lived the GOP lawmaker in his home in Hendersonville, North Carolina, for free ever since the freshman congressman took office. The pair are said to be so close that Smith joined Cawthorn and his wife on their honeymoon in Dubai in April 2021. Okay,
well, cousin's trip.
I'm sorry.
Who doesn't love that?
If you're taking your cousin, who you routinely and as Madison Cawthorn said, in a crass display of foolish behavior, the cousin who you routinely videotape yourself sexually assaulting, if you take him on your honeymoon with the wife you just married, I'm sorry, like it's a little gay.
Didn't she divorce him like a year later too?
Yes. Yeah. They got married in April 2021 and they're already divorced.
Damn. Well, I mean, sometimes you finish the marriage quick. Sometimes you do everything you need to do. I mean, I do not think, I want to state for the record, I do not think they are in a gay relationship with each other.
Why would you bring the cousin that you live with to your honeymoon?
Why wouldn't you?
You want to have a good time, right?
Yeah, what, you spend
spend the whole time just with some broad. Oh my God, talk about boring.
Jesus Christ, what would you talk about with her?
Yeah,
like, look at the sunset. No, I want my cousin there. I mean, I don't know. I agree with Madison Cawthorn that like all of his voters do this stuff. Don't you? Don't you think this is just like a thing that they all do in South Carolina? Do you remember that video we talked about a few months ago that was from the high school in like Kentucky? And it was
they were doing lap dances for the principal.
Yeah, like the kids on the football team were like wearing bras and grinding on like the football coaches, and people there were like, "Whoa, we've been doing this for like 300 years."
This is
I tend to believe them.
To quote Justice Samuel Alito, this is a tradition deeply rooted in American history.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cousin shenanigans, cousin goofs.
It's just roughhousing. It's just roughhousing. But his frottage with cousins is not the only thing he's getting sprayed with right now. Uh, I want to. This one is really good. This is a headline from the Washington Examiner by the piece by this guy Andrew Kerr, who is like, he is the button man who got Madison Cawthorn's account, because like every single one of these stories and leaks about his like insider trading or paying his cousin $44,000 more than congressional salary are all coming courtesy of Andrew Kerr on the Washington
Don't
Examiner.
you love? Okay, you said insider trading. The insider trading was with a cryptocurrency called the Let's Go Brandon coin.
Yes.
I love Madison Cawthorn. I think he should be in Congress forever because he shows like the degeneration of everything. Even if like Republicans are ascended, they're still degenerating like anything else. So
Indeed.
Madison Cawthorn has a weird sex scandal. Is it an Eyes Wide Shut like ritual where you open a portal to hell and meet Satan and like all the elite of every sector are there? No, he's just railing his cousin and giving him pink eye. He's doing insider trading. Is this like high finance? Is he leveraged to the hilt and he's going to make out with tens of millions of illicit gains that he will expertly conceal from both tax collectors and the law? No, he pumped and dumped Let's Go Brandon coin. Everything is degenerating. Everything is falling apart. Everything is shittier than it used to be. And for that reason, Madison Cawthorn should be president.
It's. I think at this point it's inevitable.
Yeah,
he will be the reactionary FDR that we all needed.
I just want to read here from the headline from the Washington Examiner: Meme coin leader's admission could land Madison Cawthorn in more hot water. The leader of the Let's Go Brandon cryptocurrency revealed that Representative Madison Cawthorn traded the meme coin 3 weeks before NASCAR driver Brandon Brown announced he had struck a sponsorship deal with the coin, heightening suspicion from watchdogs that the beleaguered congressman may have violated insider trading laws. Experts previously told the Washington Examiner that Cawthorn may have implicated himself in an insider trading scheme when he wrote, "LGB legends, tomorrow we go to the moon," in response to a December 29th Instagram post picturing himself posing with an LGB coin ringleader James Kutelas. Let's Go Brandon coin. Let's Go Brandon pump and dump.
He should be promoted to senator.
Yeah, immediately. Shouldn't even have to defend his seat.
And then, on April 16th, there was the first piece in the Washington Examiner by Andrew Kerr about him spending taxpayer funds at a luxury resort, in which he allegedly spent $2,950 of taxpayer money at a resort called Skylarna. A resort called Skylarana in his hometown of Henderson, North Carolina, and wrote it off as a legislative planning food and beverage expense and a $5,000 total 4-day event, including trips to Bojangles and Chick-fil-A.
One day it's Kennebunkport. The next day it's Skylarna. He's not even going on vacation anywhere. He's like where he lives.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I have to go to Skylark in my hometown for vacation.
Skylarna is like, sort of the sandals resort of, the state of North Carolina. It's where cousins go and secrets are exchanged.
Man,
cousin key party.
Awesome.
I'm imagining like a cousins only version of hedonism.
Yeah.
Like no children, only, and you have to show your cousin relationship before you're let in. Cousins only.
If there were videos of him like doing Eyes Wide Shut shit, or even having penetrative sex with someone other than his now ex-wife, they would be out there. But instead, they're getting him giving his cousin a detached retina just by the force of the head of his cock.
The other funny thing about the video is that, on its own, it's pretty hard to tell what's going on at all in the video, let alone if it's Madison Cawthorn or not. But then he immediately was like, "There's a video of me out there, and yes, it's part of it's the latest hit on me by the deep state, but I would just like to confirm that, yes, that is me on the video, face fucking my cousin and hooting like an ape."
Well, even if I were in the House and I had the opportunity, I would never censure him. I would never impeach him for what is in that video. I tend to agree with him that this is cousins in their natural state.
Okay, and then there's another Madison Cawthorn thing. The dude keeps bringing loaded guns to airports. Like this is like the second or third time it happened, and this was on April 26th. He was caught by the TSA carrying a loaded 9mm in his check-in bag, or no, his carry-on bag. So I mean, like, I understand you're a congressman, but like, I don't know, unless you're flying private, like, how are you gonna keep trying to bring a gun on a plane? It's like the
That
one
is
thing.
like that is a stupid, that's a stupid thing to do. I think Barry Switzer did that one time, the notoriously oafish coach of the Dallas Cowboys. It's not you. There's no way that you can like squint at that and make it anything other than someone just being a moron.
It's like sort of like maybe he just forgot it was in his bag. You know,
That's dumb. You're going to the airport, dude.
We've all been at the airport, and then you're just like rummaging around through your bags to find like whatever drug paraphernalia is in there that you've forgotten about, and you know you don't want to end up in a box for the next 48 hours. But let me ask you this, because like, I mean, this is the question everyone is raising about. Like I said, I mean, like I said, like the the Washington Examiner and you know Kevin McCarthy and whoever is in GOP leadership is doing to him right now what he did to his cousin, but like on a national stage. So the question everyone's asking is, why isn't he just naming the names of the people who invited him to the cocaine orgy?
Well, because it didn't happen is
Yes,
the answer,
yes,
I think.
yes,
Is that he just wanted to seem like an outsider. He wanted to tease his Q-pilled audience, and he didn't realize, oh, they do that.
Yeah.
Oh, they have stuff that they very much want to protect, and they do not want to have anybody in the caucus who they can't trust. Again, the result of just being stupid, of being a dumbass, thinking, oh yeah, I'll just make up some bullshit about orgies and my moron followers will get a thrill out of it, and I'll get some outsider credibility. And then they wheel his ass into the room, and Kevin McCarthy gives him the Ned Beatty speech because he was too dumb not to do it, and that's why he will be president. You've seen his handwriting.
He ruined his entire life for this.
Well, we'll see.
And he ruined
by the way,
everything.
I mean, yes, like no, Matt, you answer the question accurately. I mean, the fact that he hasn't named names yet just underscores to me what was, you know, all of our initial suspicion about this is that it was 100% cap that was 100% dead on accurate, but by accident.
Yeah.
And by the way, he capped so extraordinarily because he wanted to impress the host of the Warrior Poet podcast, who is a former Army Ranger named John Lovell, who calls himself a combat entrepreneur who sells emergency food and headphones.
Combat entrepreneur. That's mercenary. That's usually that's what the word you would use there.
He's not selling his skills as an operator in the field of combat. He's not trading in on his the millions of dollars the taxpayers have spent to turn him into a killing machine. He's trading in on the decision and CEO mindset that you learn as an operator to sell buckets of oatmeal for $400 and tactical headphones to credulous dupes. Felix, you're talking about like a lot of the reactions to the Cawthorn thing are people coughing up some extraordinary brain findings that are inside of them, and I'd just like to highlight one Twitter thread by Ben Dreyfuss, formerly of Mother Jones magazine, heir to the Richard Dreyfuss Jaws fortune, but he had some. He had some very interesting thoughts about how what happens on that video was totally normal, and it's something that, like, you know, it's guys being dudes. So could we contextualize Ben Dreyfuss for our audience in any way better than I've done now? He's a very cheeky lad who's mainly famous for being the son of a movie actor. But I mean, what were some of his greatest hits in the past?
Okay, I am gonna look. I have decided that I will be his advocate in this segment. I think Ben Dreyfuss is the sin eater of Twitter. I really do. I really do. Because for like 5 or 6 years, probably longer than that, honestly, he was like the engagement editor at Mother Jones for a while, right?
Yeah.
And in that time, he would like sometimes draw great antagonism from usually like left Twitter, but really all quarters. He will always say something that will get one group of people screaming at him for days and days. And when you look at the content of what he is usually saying that gets him screamed at, it's like, honestly, it's not that much more annoying or outrageous than the people he is stepping in for, than like whatever pundit, whatever like center of left pundit, whatever Substack guy, whichever. But it's just it's bolstered by the fact that yes, he is a famous actor's son, and that he has, it's these things stack. You see him say something that annoys you, and you're like, oh, haven't you said something that I hate like 500 times before? And it's like, yes, he has. But he is doing that. He is the main target of everyone's ire repeatedly. And I do not think that anything he says is more annoying than any given pundit, or really anyone. Everyone is annoying, but he selflessly chooses